Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the other side of the corner and welcome to your latest Chelsea news and Premier League news as well. We've got some news in regards to Graham Potter. Graham Potter, ladies and gentlemen, he has a job at West Ham. Lopetegui has been sacked, but that is for later on. We want to talk about this unnecessary situation that Chelsea Football Club, under this new ownership, especially under the directors that we have, we find ourselves on a regular basis in these unnecessary scenarios. So what is the scenario? What is the scenario that is up for conversation at the moment, that is doing the rounds in social media? Well, it's in regards to Keenan DewsburyHall. Now, before we delve into that, ladies and gentlemen, smash up the like button. Absolutely annihilate the like button right now. If you're here for the first time, subscribe. Let's get to 38,000 subscribers. We're very, very close to that. And hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. There's news in regards to Keenan DewsburyHall. There's some bits and pieces in regards to other transfer news. So you're gonna be very, very well informed. So let's kick things off with Keenan DewsburyHall, ladies and gentlemen. There was a post that, I don't know, well, you can see over there, at CFC Ivan put out a post saying, I still think Maresca could have handled him better. He's not the scrub everyone thinks he is. And I think there was a video of Keenan DewsburyHall doing his bits, basically. And then Keenan DewsburyHall reposted that. So this is the official Keenan DewsburyHall account on X, and he retweeted that. Then later, apparently, he deleted that. However, our man Felix Johnston, he was able to capture that because the notification came on his mobile. DewsburyHall just retweeted this and then deleted it. Now, how often have we seen these type of shenanigan behaviors, these type of shenanigans from players, current players, that tend to accidentally hit the like button or accidentally retweet something that they agree on, and then they delete, and then they say, oh no, it was a mistake. Look, if this isn't a clear message and a slap on the face to Maresca, to the directors, to everyone, then I don't know what is. I mean, what was the need, first of all, to get someone like Keenan DewsburyHall? I don't even blame DewsburyHall, to be honest. He can do whatever he wants to do. Is this the right way to go about it? No, it's not. It's not. Professionally, it looks really wrong. I don't know why these players on a constant basis keep doing this stuff online. Like, what are you trying to achieve? But at the end of the day, they're there to make sure that their image is held high and they're not getting dragged in the mud, and people are not mistreating them. So they'll do whatever they can do to save their face. So that's why I don't blame DewsburyHall. There was no need for us to purchase someone like DewsburyHall. When we first got, I remember he was first initially going towards Brighton, and then we hijacked that deal, took that away from Brighton and brought him to Chelsea Football Club. Initially, I was saying it's unnecessary. You've got Enzo Fernandez, you've got Caicedo, you've got Romeo Lavia, you've got Andre Santos. At that point, I don't think Andre Santos had left, but there was rumors that he could potentially go. Initially, I was like, no, it's unnecessary. Then I sort of got on board thinking, okay, well, Enzo Maresca, managed him at Leicester, no problems. He's bringing one of his players in. Maybe he could do something with him up front in an attacking position. But then we bought a whole heap of other players as well. We brought in João Felix, we brought in XYZ, and that kind of made this whole transaction of Keenan DewsburyHall invalid. It made it useless. So this is why I say DewsburyHall. Now, look, we may very well end up selling him and make a quick buck out of him. We could potentially make 5 million, 10 million in profit. Who knows? I'm not sure. We've spent 25 million. We could potentially sell him for 30 million, 35 million. We shall see. And I get it. That is one part of the new ownership and the directorship. That's one part of their revenue stream. They want to bring in different forms of revenue. No problems. But what use has DewsburyHall had on Enzo Maresca? Like, Enzo Maresca has had to deal with this player who clearly looks like he wasn't aware that he wasn't going to be utilized. He thought he was going to be given an opportunity. He's retweeted something that he agrees on, that that says, I still think Maresca could have handled him better. He's literally saying that he wasn't handled better by Enzo Maresca. And further goes on to say this individual, he's not a scrub. Everybody thinks he is. He's agreeing that he's not a scrub. Maresca should have handled him better. So Keenan DewsburyHall had the expectation coming to Chelsea Football Club that he was going to be an important player. Now he can't even make it to the Premier League squad. He doesn't feature in the Premier League. He at times shows up in the Conference League. He's not a regular starter in the Conference League either. I think most of the times he's started, but he has seen bench at times. We've given Enzo Maresca a player that Enzo Maresca has no value for, has not been able to really utilize him. This is why I say, look, I understand the business side of things. I get it. And I think business is important. Football is not just about football. But at the same time, in order for Enzo Maresca to get something, look at Enzo Maresca now. Match in, match out. He's unable to utilize the bench. He's unable to call upon Felix. He's unable to call upon Nkunku. He doesn't trust them. He's unable to call upon Keenan DewsburyHall. He's unable to call upon Renato Vega. What are we doing here? As directors, as owners, they really need to give Enzo Maresca a squad that he can fully utilize. And sure, out of those players, once he fully utilizes, make money out of it. No problems. Make money out of it. But don't be bringing, and don't even forget, Omari Kellyman was another one. Omari Kellyman, another player. What's going on? So this is my gripe. This is my gripe. Us, Chelsea fan base, we are expecting our football club to be, competing for the title next season. Are we there? Are we there yet? I don't think so. This season, we want to compete for top 4. It looked really good, 4 matches ago, but now it seems like top 4 is going to be difficult as well. And it doesn't seem like we're really going to get out there in this transfer window and help Maresca out, at least in terms of depth that he can rely on. We're going to handicap him again and expect him to do a miracle. And then on top of that, this sort of situation, I don't think it garners a happy environment. Has Dewsbury-Hall, now he's going to go to training all throughout this month unless he leaves. You think Enzo Maresca won't be aware of all of these online stuff? Yeah, he will. So it creates a bad environment. This is why I'm very, very concerned about some of the fixtures that we have lined up for month of January. Until the transfer window is closed, it's going to be scary moments. It really is going to be scary moments because some of these players, their heart will not be in at Chelsea Football Club. They're not going to put in the full effort until the window is closed. Either they leave and they don't, and then after the window they can concentrate again. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts about this latest Keenan DewsburyHall, another new drama, another new controversy, not on, this player, but controversy at Chelsea. Let me know your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. I just feel like we create our own mess. All right. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Chelsea remain extremely keen on Liam Delap, and he is expected to be subject of bids this summer. The player is open to move to Stamford Bridge. So I think this is going to be the striker that we're going for. I don't think we're going to do any striker business in January. We're going to utilize Mark Yu. I think Nkunku is going to move on. There's a whole heap of news in regards to Nkunku we've covered, and it's still going on. I'm sure we're going to touch base on that a lot more as the days come up in this month of January. I think Liam Delap is the one that we're going for in the summer. He's keen. Joe Shields knows him. Lots of players in our team, Cole Palmer, Romeo Lavia, all of these players have, they were in the same academy as Liam Delap. Maresca knows him as well. So it seems like that's the direction we're going to go with. Is it the right direction? Some of you guys may say he's another young player. We need experience, and I fully understand that. I do get that. I get it. But at the same time, I'm not going to shy away from the fact that he's a talented player. I do like him. He's a talented player, and I do feel he has the skill set to compete with Nicholas Jackson. And I feel like maybe he could take over from Nicholas Jackson. So let's see what happens. Is he going to be able to drive us to a Premier League title down the track? It only depends on how much he develops, how much he develops and how quickly he can develop. Let's see, ladies and gentlemen. Next up, Napoli are pushing very hard for Cassidy, another player we got not that long ago, and now he's on the outer. We're probably going to make some good money out of him. Napoli, Antonio Conte seems to be very keen on Cassidy. Cassidy probably wants to return back to Italy. I really, once again, I really did think there's a good player in there. From what I've seen so far, especially in the Conference League, and I know Conference League is so many levels below the Premier League, but there was definitely a player there. He's another player that's played under Enzo Maresca, but once again, it's not worked out because he's not getting enough game time. And, it seems like he feels as a player that his ceiling is high. And in order to get to that ceiling, he needs to play more regularly. So, look, another one of those business that we did, it looks like purely for money purpose, not really utilizing it for the squad. But somewhere along the way, I feel like you need to put the two together. You need to have the business and the squad, both of them together. Yeah, you want to do business with certain players, but make sure that they can actually give us some value to the squad as well. If they can't give us value, what's the point? Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, breaking. Julien Lopetegui has been sacked by West Ham, confirmed. Graham Potter set to become the new head coach with contracts being checked. So we're going to get the Pot man getting back to Premier League and getting back to managerial business. It's been a while, man. Graham Potter has been out of job, and now finally he's getting back into it. West Ham is a good club. Good club. That should have been his next move. From Brighton, it should have been West Ham. I feel like that is his level. Apparently, one of our staff, Sam McCauley, I believe his name is, one of our recruitment staff or analysts, he might be going, and he's ex-Brighton too, he might be going and joining Graham Potter at West Ham. Let's see what West Ham can do. We've got West Ham coming up very, very soon as well. I think end of January, maybe February or something like that, early February. That's going to be an interesting game. Chelsea versus West Ham. Graham Potter at the helm for West Ham. I'm keen to see how Graham Potter does for West Ham. I think that is the right club for them, and let's see how he develops them. So, but when we do meet them, I want us to obviously beat them. I've got no affiliation with Graham Potter, and I've got zero affiliation with West Ham. So let's see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. But look, Julien Lopetegui, he was always going to get sacked. It just wasn't going to work out. He wasn't getting the fruits out of that team. It's a talented team, West Ham, but Julien Lopetegui once again failed. He's failed at Wolves, failed at West Ham. Maybe it's time to go back to Spain. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts about everything we spoke about, especially in regards to Keenan Dewsbury-Hall. Was it necessary? Did we find ourselves in this mess by creating the mess by our own selves? So let me know. Smash up the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Until next time, take care. See ya. Bye.